morning, yogis. Welcome to practice. It's Kelly here to guide you through 1 hour of meditation, as today we focus on a fun activity and our root chakra. Let's take care of our housekeeping first. The tools that you're going to need for today. I'm going to stay seated on the floor, and then we will take a few poses on our back with the knees bent. So you are welcome to come down to the ground or have your yoga mat out. And you will also need a notebook and a pen of choice, a pen that brings you joy. And instead of writing in a notebook where you cannot remove the pages, I suggest using paper where you can remove the pages. I have some examples of what you might already have at home. Some loose leaf, computer paper. This is a piece of construction paper, and it is folded in half so that we can write ourselves some love notes today. So, to get started, I always love to arrive to our practice space. You are welcome to pause the video at any time to grab all of your creature comforts. Surround yourself with things that bring you joy. And let's start class with a quest for peace. You'll take your index and your thumb fingers, bring them to touch, and bring your palms face up on the topping for your thighs. This is Gyan Mudra. You are lightly pressing your fingers together. My teacher always says that you could hold a potato chip between your fingers and it wouldn't break. So gentle press, and then lean back, little tuck of your chin in towards the chest. Stillness. As you scan the room and the environment that you are in today, what sounds can you hear? Can you make one of those sounds the sound of your breath? Inhales deeply. Open mouth, breath out. Notice your temperature. Are you a bit warmer as the seasons start to change? Lean back and use your inhale to sit up a bit taller. Proud to be here. Blossom the shoulders open. Then take into account any emotions that you have been feeling strongly today. This is unbiased research. You are being matter of fact as you list through what has been filtering through your mind these past few days. What has your human experience been? Still in your seat, can you find somewhere to unclench your thighs, your feet? We're not sure how tight we're holding until we start to let go. So take another round of breath, using the exhale to unclench and sink your cheeks into the floor. 1 with our breath and body. We will inhale at the count of 4 and exhale at the count of 7. So I will guide us through here. First, empty out your breath, so you'll breathe out and puff out. Then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, big. 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, inhale, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. less than a few moments of practicing breath work. Notice how your mind, how your body reacts, and if you feel a bit more at ease. When we take a seat for a long period of time, we must recalibrate the hips every so often. A good way to do that, you can take your hands, walk yourself forward. I'm sure I'm kind of out of the screen here, but dip your hips down to the floor. They might be noisy. You're welcome to then come back into your seat and switch out the legs. Everyone likes a little bit different movement here. You can also take a few twists if you're feeling uneasy here. Every so often, we'll check in. I'm here to remind you, are you leaning forward and dumping your weight into your feet and your legs? And can you start to lean back a little bit more? And as you stay in your comfy seat, a bit of a share as we find the why for our meditation and for our intention for practice today. I'm sure many of you have been needing to dive into your finances and keep a close eye on them during this wild quarantine time. Everyone is affected some way or another, whether it is getting benefits and unemployment, or if it's counting your pennies because you want to be stocked up on food and medicine, you name it. Everyone has money on their mind in some way, shape, or form. And this has caused me to need to readdress all of my finances, and I keep all of my money stuff in a certain area, and I know all of us have a place in mind, but if you don't, I'm going to give you an example. This is just an example. I do have more than just a little Tupperware's worth of stuff, right? But you're going to designate an area where you keep your go-to big finance stuff in a private place in your home. So an example of that would be your checkbook. And I haven't had to take out my checkbook in a really long time. And I pulled out my checkbook yesterday, was ready to do all my adult money stuff, cleared off the table, and I pull out my checkbook and there's a card inside of it. And this is a card that I wrote to myself about 6 or 7 months ago, the last time I had to dig up my finances, look them through, pay bills, recalibrate, those kinds of things. And so I had totally forgotten that I had done this, and I knew it was the perfect thing for me to share it with all of you, because when you are stressed about money, you are going to need a pleasant reminder that everything's okay. And all of those cute cards that you give to everyone else, all of those Christmas and birthday and anniversary cards, why don't you start to get them for yourself? So this is a sloth card that I absolutely loved. It's so cute. And there were plenty for me to share with everyone else, but I wrote this one for myself, and this is what I wrote inside of it. I can be financially successful and incredibly generous. The two go hand in hand. I will not give merely to receive, but in times of need, I will pleasantly remind myself that giving is always the answer, and I don't like the taste in my mouth after choosing not to give. Even if my present self digs her heels into the earth, and especially when she does so, I am thankful for the beautiful potency of my truth and my prayer. So this card, I needed it right when I read it. I was like, past self, thank you so much for writing this so that future Kelly could stumble upon it. So you're going to have a sacred area where you keep all your money stuff. And I have some examples here, right? Your checkbook. Some of you are old school. You keep money in an envelope, so you can put your money in your sacred envelope. Maybe you have a few other tchotchkes in there that bring you joy. And then we're going to write a card to ourselves today that you're going to slip into a place that you want to see. Now, you have to use your spidey senses and guess where this would serve you best. Some of you will make a little tiny card and you'll slip it in your wallet. or you can place it on a mirror in your vanity. You can write a full-size card like I did and slip it into your jewelry box, or this sacred secret safe space that you keep all things financial abundance. So take a moment to reflect and marinate on what kind of letter you would want to write yourself when you need a little pat on the back. And let's check on our hips, since we've already been sitting here a few more minutes. If you need to walk forward, dip your hips down to the ground, take a twist, roll the neck, and then come back into your seat. Be sure that you're nice and comfy, and we'll stretch the neck. So take one ear, drop it down to a shoulder, and hold. And if you need more sensation, take your hand to add a little extra weight. That's optional. Let the shoulders start to even out. You'll come back to center. Take a breath in. As you exhale, opposite ear down, we stretch the neck. 3, 2, and 1. Head back to center. Breathe in. Ear down as you exhale. Back to center. Breath in. Ear down as you exhale. Back to center. Head drops. Back to center. Ear drops. Find a neutral neck, and as you gracefully look forward, join me for inhale 4, exhale 7. We empty all of the breath out, so let it go, let it rip. Then inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, breathe in 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, arms sweep overhead. Let's take a side stretch. Drop your left hand down to the floor. Press your right cheek into the mat. Turn your chin up to the sky. You're going to imagine scooping with the hand. So hand will scoop and thread down towards the floor. As you breathe in, hand reaches up. And as you exhale, hand scoops. You'll take a few of these. It should feel good, not painful. And you'll keep taking this motion as I keep you company and keep talking. Many of you have been working in your garden and planting seeds these past few days. And when we're working with our root chakra, our base of our spine, you can use planting and roots, just like tree roots and flower roots, to help you understand your root chakra a little bit better. We can learn a lot from nature that surrounds us. So let's switch sides. Inhale, arms overhead. When you're ready, let's see. Right hand down, your left hand now will be kind of threading the needle as you scoop down and inhale to reach the hand up. When you go to repot a new plant, and all of its roots are bound, meaning that it can't grow anymore. The pot is now too small. When you take the plant out of the pot, you break up and kind of mush around and mutilate the roots before planting it into a new, bigger pot with more soil and more water to help it grow better. So you kind of have to rip it apart and break it a little bit before you can let it grow bigger and transplant. So think about this. Bring your arms overhead. You'll hold on to a sphere-like shape, And then as you exhale, you'll bring your globe in front of you. And you'll hold on to this sphere and feel the energy in your hands as you think of this round shape. And if you imagine yourself holding a plant, you can even, gosh, I have so many of them. Let's take this plant for example. If I went to replant it and you pulled it out of the dirt, the casing below, you would start to mush and mutilate and shake around, and all of the excess rocks and dirt would fall out, and then you would then retransplant it. So as you hold your hands in front of you, I want you to imagine that wet, damp, stringy, root-bound soil as you take your hands and kind of swivel around your roots. Perhaps you're a bit root-bound, or you're a bit shocked, right? If plants haven't been watered for a long period of time and then they get an abundance of water, they can go into shock. They can't quite handle it. So we learn from the plant. We learn how they harvest their roots. Take a moment, one more round, if you will, to kind of squish the dirt in your hands as you imagine the roots of your plant. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. As you exhale, you'll turn to the right knee. Drop the ball down. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. As you exhale, you'll drop the ball down. Last full round. And back to center we go. You'll release your hands down by the sides and take a moment to reflect. The good news is that today is merely your rough draft of your love note that you're going to write to yourself. I did end up writing my card in this nice greeting card with my very best handwriting on the inside, but it took some time and thought before I got there. So you can take your notebook page, let's say you have a piece of loose leaf, just tear it out of your notebook, fold it in half, as if you were writing yourself a greeting card, and just take some notes. Not getting too serious, it's just yoga, it's just meditation. You'll think of the things that we've talked about so far. You'll think about transplanting and bringing new growth to a plant is very similar to the human experience. Sometimes we have to have our roots broken up, kind of taken out of our comfort zone, and transported into a completely different environment in order for us to grow and thrive and change. So as you take your card, how have your roots been affected? Take a few. I'll do the same. Your love note on abundance. Last moment. A few things that came to mind to me. I accept the challenge of cutting off old habits so that new ones can grow. I accept the challenge of creating space so that I have new places to grow. Right? See that plant analogy? May it continue to serve you as we keep working on our root chakra. You're going to keep your left leg right where it is, and you're going to take your right leg and extend it out nice and long. We're going to take a few more stretches here in our seat before heading down to your spine. So with the right leg long, you're going to turn your torso towards your leg. As you breathe out, you will bow forward. This is your range of motion. You can, expectant mamas, you can open the belly, leave space for baby, and take a side stretch. You're welcome to turn and face the leg if that suits you better. Let's talk a bit more about your root chakra as I read to you some musings as to why we balance this part of our body, especially when we need it to motivate ourselves in these times of great challenge, financial challenge, mental challenge. Find your breath, soften the eyes. As you work with the energy of your root chakra, this can assist you in connecting with your body in a healthier manner. It enhances your ability to eliminate what you no longer need or want in your life, including negative thoughts and emotions. It can help you to free yourself from prejudices and intolerances that you may have held for a long time, or even enable you to release yourself from negative ways of looking at the world that you may have inherited from your family. When the Muladhara, root energy, is healthy and working well with the energy of your other chakras, you tend to value all life. You are not selfish, greedy, or fearful. You look after yourself, your family, your own group, but not at the expense of others. You'll sit up tall. Let's switch sides. Left leg's long, right sole of the foot in. As you gently ease yourself into this side, notice any differences. If the hamstring is feeling tight, you can bend at your knee. If your low back is feeling tight, I would stay in a tall seat for now. And breath out. This is Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. In times when you feel like you have nothing, it is a great time to give. So yesterday I baked muffins for my parents. It was their 22-year wedding anniversary. So I brought them over some muffins, and what's cool is I naturally wanted to give them something and I couldn't think of what to do, so I made some muffins. And then I stumbled upon that card that said, when in doubt, when you feel like you have nothing, you must give. So naturally, I was on the right track. And maybe you are too. Perhaps you've been very generous recently. Give yourself a bit of a pat on the back for helping others, for giving, for thinking of giving, even if nothing comes to mind yet. We're just getting the ball rolling on caring, right? On giving a hoot. Let's sit up tall, and you're gonna come onto your back. So take your notebook out of the way for now. We'll get back to our props in a bit. You will keep the soles of your feet on the floor for most of this journey. Once you ease yourself on down, hello plant. Back of the head will come onto the floor, so if you have any ponytails, get them out of the way. You'll bring your hands onto the back of your head and keep pressing your feet into the floor. You'll lift your chin in towards the chest, seal your low back on the floor, gently rock your head side to side. Hopefully your back is getting some reprieve from sitting up in that lovely easy pose for a few minutes. You'll use your breath out to drop your head down to the floor. Keep pressing into your feet so that your low back is suction cupped to the mat. And then you'll take your right leg nice and high, right leg up the wall. And your hands can rest by the sides. And to activate our root chakra, we will be getting our core, our hips, our tailbone all activated and aligned. Keep pressing into the left foot. Point the right toe, breathe in, flex the toe to you, exhale. Breath in, point the toe, exhales to flex. Again, breath in, point, exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex, and drop your heel. Let it hover about an inch from the floor. You'll be tempted to let it lift a bit higher than an inch, so hold yourself accountable. Lift your head off the floor. Take a peek at your foot. How's it looking? Still hovering. You can set your head down on the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Right leg nice and high. Let's take figure 4, ankle to the top of your left thigh, and then lift your feet. If you can reach back of the thigh, we start here. Any movement is welcome, bending at the knee, lifting the head. There's no wrong way to get your body into the pose. So long as you're pain-free, we're not using force to make anything happen in this lifetime. It's not gonna do us any good. We make space in the body so that we have space for all of this abundance and prosperity to come to us. As you drop the right sole of your foot down to the left side of the mat, hands can rest by the sides. Let's hold. We'll be going a bit deeper into this side stretch. What you'll do is keep your right leg crossed over your left and zip them together. You'll then hug your legs in towards the chest. If you can reach back of the thigh or your knees, you've got your right leg crossed on top of your left. Some of you want to go deeper, forehead in towards your knee, suck in your belly button, and we activate our backside. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the head down. Let's untangle the legs. You'll reach the left leg up nice and high, and you'll bring your right sole of the foot to the floor. And let's recalibrate. We'll move breath to movement. Point the toe on the inhale. Flex the toe on the breath out. Point the toe on the breath in. Flex the toe, breath out. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex and lower. Heel will drop down just about an inch. Hovering off the floor. If you're unsure, check your foot. Lift your head, chin in towards the chest. 3, 2, and 1. Left leg nice and high, bend at your knee, take your figure 4. Let's mimic the same depth that we took on the other side. Lift the legs, hug them in towards the chest. Head stays on the floor. Left sole of the foot drops down to the right side of the mat. Find your figure 4 stretch. Try your best to unclench everything in your belly. When we feel stress in our root chakra, when we're feeling insecure, when we're feeling unrooted, when we're feeling fearful, there's a lot of tightness in your lower half, in your belly button, and around the groin. So we have come down onto our backs so that you can unclench your abdominals while we're taking these twists. We activate the abs and then we let them release and breathe so we can get the blood pumping into our roots. After we crunch up all of our roots, we need them to have some new growth. Let's go a little deeper. That right leg can stay underneath your left and hug both legs in towards your chest. If you're going a bit tighter, let's wish yourself well. Give yourself a hug. Forehead in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and and 1. Release the head, kick both legs up nice and high, and soles of the feet will come together. You're going to butterfly your legs open, and your palms will come up to the sides. You'll stay here. Keep the feet together. I will come up into a seat to guide you through your breath. Supta Baddha Konasana. On the spine, you will exhale all of your breath out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fill up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Enjoy. Breathe easy. Natural rhythm of your pranayama. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach as you stay here. Let the knees drop a bit more. Let the belly recline. We focus on our root chakra. Why am I here at this point in my life right now? Financially, what struggles might be affecting you? Do you feel a lack of abundance or flexibility in your life? Do you feel stable? Unstable? Today, do I perceive the world as a dangerous place? Do I nurture myself properly with food and healthy ideas? How often do I feel like I don't belong? How could I better connect with my physical body? Am I able to maintain healthy relationships and let go of the ones that have proved to have a negative influence on me? Can I be kind with myself when I remember that these relationships have a negative influence on me? Do my eating habits reflect a lack of balanced energy? When you are raising, instructing, and growing with your children, your grandchildren, and your students, ask yourself what qualities you would like them to inherit from you. Let your thoughts dance with these as you notice which prompts resonated with you and caused you to reflect and think, and which prompts passed by. Don't worry about them. Let them slip away and focus on what resonated with you most. Switch out the hands. Different hand on your heart and belly. Give them a swap as you notice the warmth that your hands have underneath you from connecting with your pranayama, your life source, your fire. We've got about a minute to go with the soles of the feet together. Keep unclenching your stomach. Each time we exhale, we release fear. Each time we exhale, we release panic. Each time we exhale, we release intolerance, greed, sloth, prejudice, rigidity, blockages. We exhale and let them go, so that we might have abundance with ourselves and our coworkers, our family and our friends. As you hold yourself close, remind yourself that you deserve to experience a sense of security, loyalty, and being a valuable member of society. You're still on your spine. You're going to zip your knees together to touch, and you're going to walk your feet to the outside edges of your mats. So knees are pigeon-toed in. You'll windshield wiper your legs here, back and forth. Both knees drop to one side and then the other. Take a few of these. No wrong way to do this. Then you'll find stillness. You'll bring your right leg in with you for wind removing pose, and you'll keep your left leg out nice and long. Forehead in towards the knee, take a tight squeeze, and then you'll release your head back down to the floor. Hold your wind removing pose. 3, 2, and 1. Supine twist. As you breathe out, you may open your heart, arms nice and wide like a T. Back to center you go. Nice and easy. We are in no rush, and we did not come to yoga to rush on out of things. Switch out the legs. Left leg will come in towards the chest. Right leg extends out nice and long. As you think of ways that you can give, as you think of ways that you can better receive, first we tighten the belly, forehead in towards the knee, get the blood flowing, right? Blood's pumping in the stomach. Right when you start to feel your abs engage, we'll use our exhale, set the head back down, unclench the belly, you must, and then we take a supine twist on the exhale. Back to center we go. Go ahead and bring both legs in towards the chest and take an easy child's pose on your back. So knees are nice and wide, feet together to touch. You can hold on to your knees, or you can sweep your arms up and overhead, as long as your low back is still suction cupped to the floor. Little scoop of your chin in towards the chest. We give ourselves a hug and wish ourselves well. Take a squeeze. See yourself in this tight seed. We're ready to grow roots and plant and change. So from your seed, your roots, they burst open out and into a Shavasana-like stance. Palms will turn face up. Keep your legs out nice and long. Take an open mouth, exhale. And as you stay here in your Shavasana stance, you're going to visualize yourself getting up off of the floor in your home and walking out to your mailbox. Take your steps out of the home, down the drive. Some of us have a short journey to the mailbox. Some of us have a ways to go. Take your time, walk there, and open your mailbox. Look inside. There is an envelope addressed to you. As you slide your finger underneath the envelope and open, you find a card. A card addressed to you in a familiar handwriting, none other but your own. You open up your envelope, and inside it reads that I am abundant. I always have a reason to give, and I always deserve to receive. And inside of this envelope is also money. How much money is up to you? The first thing that comes to mind, how much cash, how much money is written on that check? May you fantasize, manifest, and invest in yourself. So grateful that you mailed yourself some money and a love note. Grateful. You'll take your physical arms and wrap them around your Shavasana body. Give yourself a hug. And as you take your envelope, you slip it into your spiritual back pocket and you take it with you. Know that you always have this extra sense of security in your back pocket. A voice of reason written in your handwriting, and maybe a few extra bucks to help get you through the tough times. Start to walk from your mailbox back to your Shavasana space, back to your yoga, your home. And see yourself go from walking and standing down into your Shavasana, onto the floor, sprawl yourself out, come back to your body. Bring your knees in towards the chest, bring your forehead in towards the knees. Give yourself a tight squeeze. You'll start to rock and roll and come up into a seat, nice and slow. Legs will crisscross, and the same way that we started class, you will find yourself in your seat. Lean back, turn your palms face up, Gyan Mudra, as you press your peace fingers together, your pointer, your thumb. Lean back. Roll the head a few times. Stretch the neck. Switch directions. And find stillness. Chin tucks in towards the chest. Find stillness with your body. Slow and steady with the breath. And let your eyes gently open. Let's revisit our card that we have been writing to ourselves. As you look at the front, perhaps it says, "To Kelly, you abundant goddess, you," or "This is a love note of abundance and financial prosperity." And then you'll open up your note and jot down a few more pieces of mind that you might have to add. If you need a new one or you'd like to write a second one, there is no limit on how many love notes you might start with. And I'll write down and share a few more of the things that we have visited so far. I feel a heightened sense of security. I am loyal. I am a valuable member of society who always has love to give. I am no longer stuck in life. I am connected to my body. I eat and nourish my body with ease. I notice when I am not grounded or balanced. I move with grace and poise. As you write your letter of abundance, when you have finished your thought, you will set down your card, and you're welcome to hold your card in your hand or place it in front of you, a reverent and graceful place of respect. Palms can come together as you unwind the eyes. Let them go, let them close, let them unclench. Remind yourself, I can be financially successful and incredibly generous. The two go hand in hand. I will not give merely to receive, but in times of need, I will pleasantly remind myself that giving is always the answer, and I don't like the taste in my mouth when I choose not to give. Even when my present self digs her heels into the earth, and especially when I choose to give. I am thankful for the beautiful potency of my truth and prayer. The light and the teacher in me is so honored to guide the teacher and the light in you. As you lift your forehead and hands together to touch, exhale, namaste. Thank you so much, my Omis. I appreciate you having some time to play with your journal. Once you finish your draft, I do suggest finding a card that brings you joy and slip it somewhere where you need it most. Again, I'll reiterate, your wallet or your jewelry box or wherever your money drawer is. You know, some of you have wads of cash in an envelope. This would be a great place to remind yourself so that every time you're going out into your wallet to take out money or to update your checkbook or what have you, you are reminded with your pleasant love note that you wrote to yourself. The same reverence and respect, the same love and kindness that you apply to your yoga practice is also going to do you so well in your financial aspect of life. So how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you want the meditative state of your yoga practice to ebb and flow into your finances, then treat it with that same loving kindness. Set your intention for your root chakra to be unlocked and awakened, and eat something healthy today. Share with me any revelations that you might have. I love to hear them. Namaste, yogis. Have a good day. Happy Tuesday.